what's going on with the Wagner group, and why did he stop when he did, just as it got 120 miles out of Moscow charging in, and how's that being taken? Guys, I've got some intel on what happened, why he stopped. Be it true or not, it's a reason to make you think. And that is that the FGB, the security police in Russia, got to Prigozhin's family and the families of other key Wagner leaders, and they threatened them. Basically, his families were under threat, and that's what at least one source is claiming. Now, I don't know, we got the fog of war here, so we can't claims and counterclaims. Of course, he said it was to save Russian bloodshed, and maybe that kind of saves his skin for a future return, should he be able to make it. So, well, you know, I didn't want to hurt Russian people, give them more popularity since he was something of a populist at home. But he's missing. Nobody knows where he's at. I've seen rumors, there's one channel out there claiming that he's back kind of sort of angry at Putin and feeling double-crossed by whatever deal he had and maybe instigating something else. I don't know, guys. There's rumors all over the place. Some people think that he got off. And there was an MP in Russia, you know, so-called member of parliament, but it's called the Duma in Russia. It actually called for putting a right there. So, guys, what's happening with Prigozhin? Will he make it? Reportedly, he's not got to Belarus yet. A lot of questions, but also I've seen video. There's just a ton of stuff out there. I've seen video of members of the Wagner group who were mad at him for quitting. Quite a few. Just, why did you quit? And calling him a coward and all kind of stuff. Like, come forward, be a man, be a man's man, do the job, you know, finish it. What's wrong with you? You know, a lot of video like that. There's also video of people cheering him on. So, you know, I don't know, you know, it was quite a bit of a drama there for a day with somebody trying to railroad a column right into Moscow. That was pretty interesting. But what really did happen? Other guys says, well, he realized he couldn't make it. He didn't have as much forces. Some claim he only had 8,000 soldiers instead of 25 there. You know, I don't know. All fog of war, blah 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 blah. But he got right up to the threshold, and apparently it panicked a lot of people in Moscow because they were tearing up the highways. They were tearing up pavement and tearing up bridges and stuff just to try to thwart his entry into town. So some people were highly concerned about it, and some were cheering him on. I've seen videos of people in the street in Russia where they would take different sides and get in a fight, just civilians out in the street. They're seeing a lot of video on this stuff, things going down. And oh yeah, some people says, well, you know, it wasn't a real incursion, it was blah blah blah. Well, they shot down at least one large airplane, and they also shot down, I'm told, at least 3 helicopters. It must have been more because reportedly the number of air crew that lost their lives number up in the number range of 39. At least that's according to one source I saw. So maybe that's why he didn't get strafed. Maybe they had surface-to-air missiles, and apparently they were good at using them. And maybe a lot of the pilots just didn't want to venture into that. It's like they're not quite venturing into Ukraine too much. So I don't know, guys. A lot of questions here. And a lot of the questions, well, what happens to the forces of Wagner? Now, you know, supposedly they're going to be sent back in to fight with the Russian soldiers directly, and some of them would be put back into the Russian military. It's alleged that some of them are still have their allegiance to Prigozhin. Some people wonder if they will meet with him in Ukraine and try to marshal some activity to invade Belarus, and try to marshal some kind of activity to invade Ukraine from Belarus with the Wagner group. I don't know, guys. That's wild speculation. Of course, the defense, I saw a general from Ukraine says, no, he ain't no way he's going to make it in here, fat chance, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, guys. It's just a lot of fog of war here. We don't know where Prigozhin's at. We don't know what he's doing. We don't even know if his heart's still beating, if he's still alive. So, you know, it's a case that people who have challenged the power of Putin in the past tend to do interesting things like take flying lessons. Yeah, they have a real affinity for learning how to fly without the assist of aerodynamic devices, particularly out of high story windows. Or they like to eat radioactive elements like polonium, stuff that, you know, just anybody don't You just don't go down to the drugstore and buy polonium and put it in somebody's tea. So a lot of odd things like that tend to happen to people that challenge Putin's power. But let's define something here. This really wasn't a coup per se. Quite frankly, it was really a mutiny. And the mutiny was like within the military. He never actually challenged Putin directly. He challenged the military leadership, Shoigu and Gerasimov. He challenged the Russian military leadership, which technically makes it a mutiny, not a coup. A coup would be to overthrow the leader of the country. I saw where one of the defense heads from the United States says, well, if you plan on from the rule books of the King, what Crown of Thorns, whatever it maybe is, I don't watch TV, something Game of Thorns, I think is what they call it. That if you go for the king, you got to take him out, and that's kind of how life is. If you go after the king, you better hit, you better not miss. And he didn't hit, so he's in great peril. Well, he didn't directly go for Putin, but indirectly, this is going to cause Putin to not look so tough. Allegedly, Putin got in his airplane and fled to his bunker, according to some sources, because his plane took off and turned his transponder off, and nobody saw Putin since Saturday morning. But the Kremlin's disputing that is naturally it would. So again, more propaganda, counter propaganda, who knows? But the drama continues. The thing is this: Putin apparently has been made to look a little weaker by all this, and that mainly because he capitulated theoretically so fast to after saying that morning, that Saturday morning, well, this is terrorism, we're going to hold them accountable, blah 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 blah, treason, and they'll all be punished severely, blah blah, and then a few hours later capitulates to let them go free in exile. So that is seen by a lot of people as a sign of weakness, a sign that they were really concerned they had to do something. And so they made this switcheroo type agreement. And that kind of demerits the image of Putin as a tough man. In an autocracy, where you're the autocrat, you survive by being the toughest guy on the block, at least perceived to be. You got to be the power source. And if you get weak, you tend to not last long. So this is kind of self-limiting. So the danger in this is this, that Putin now must re-toughen his image. He must do something big to look tough. He's got to do something that gives him the iron in his image. Now, he can do a couple things. He'll probably clamp down more at home, because they've been talking, like Moscow went into martial law. Although Monday's supposed to be a holiday in Moscow, but then again, the mayor of Moscow says, well, you're not going to be able to get around much. So a holiday under martial law, what is that? Is that what it is? I don't know, maybe they lifted the martial law. How do you have a holiday when you got martial law? Something don't add up there. So maybe the martial law has been lifted, but you can expect Putin to clamp down more at home, but mostly you can expect him to double down. Either he's going to use this as an off-ramp to try to get out of the conflict in Ukraine, which would further make him probably a little weaker, or more likely, in my humble opinion, he's going to double down. And some of his forces pulled out to go after Wagner. And in the meantime, Ukrainians made a little advances here, and they claim to have made advances all along the front line. And they're really beating their chest about like they made some major advance, but it really was small advances, but they didn't make them in a lot of places. So Ukraine did make some advance, and it was claimed that 700 Russian troops lost their lives in all this. But I don't know, guys. I just don't know if how much of that is what they claim. Now, another thing is, what do the Wagner forces do if they're coming back into the Russian army? Will they be able to get along with them, or is there going to be strife? Supposedly they broke them up, so they're not in the same unit. They're spreading them out. However, it's said that there were actually Russian army forces, including Russian army. I heard a general. I don't know about that. I can't. And so that are actually defected from the Russian army and are joining the resistance against Russia, Wagner or not. That there's some groundswell, some people are challenging the Russian military now, including former soldiers. And it said that there was a resistance group in Crimea that some of these guys are joining into. And I said before that, I didn't see how in the world that Crimea could be taken by Ukraine. However, if there's enough insiders down there, if they can cause enough mayhem, maybe they'll get an edge. Maybe they'll be able to get in after all. But I'm still very skeptical of that. I'm going to show you the articles here in a minute. We're going to kind of go through the news, and it kind of just reinforces what I've said here. But I'm going to check the chat room first. See how many people we got in here. I haven't done the chat in a few nights. I've just been incredibly busy. Well, I did a radio show today, 2-hour radio show with We the People Radio. So I highly encourage you to check out my community page because I got a link to that. These guys, it's my second time on their show. They do a fun show. Oh, hang on. But the fun thing is they play all this bumper music along the course of the show, and they try to make it somewhat germane to the topic. And so it's a fun thing. It's a fun show. If you go into my community page on my YouTube channel, you can find a link to it. So you might want to watch that tonight or maybe better tomorrow. All right. Let's see. We got 170 people in the room. All right. Very good. Few days was the first one to comment. Crazy War show. Zen Jammin, how you doing, buddy? 310. Tracy Demir. All right. I'm not going to read everybody's comments just yet. Tony Gee. We're going to get to the articles because most people are going to watch the news. A lot of people that don't watch this, aren't coming in the live session, so we got to keep them happy. If we stray too much, they're going to bug out. All right, so let's go to the news, and then I'll come back to the stuff here. Bing, bing, bing. Here we are, guys. So here we are. This is one of the articles out there talking about the Russian agent's threat to the family. Prigozhin supposedly call off the Moscow advance. Now, if that was true, if somebody was threatening his family and the families of his leaders, I could see that's very much a Chinese style tactic. So I could see maybe Russia doing something like that. So that might be it. Now, excuse me, I'm not paying these guys for a subscription. When I read this thing entirely on another media form, and now I come here and it's getting blocked. But anyway, all you need to know is the headline. I told you the rest of it. So, aha. And here he is. Picture taken in Rostov-on-Don just before he left, and God only knows where he's at today. Maybe Putin. So he took off and is, who knows? You would have thought he would have been in Belarus by now. But then again, maybe he's moving carefully because maybe he's expecting somebody will try to terminate him. So that might be a good reason for him to kind of slip in. And then again, maybe he really don't want to go to Belarus because Lukashenko is such an ally to Putin, and it would take him away from his Wagner forces probably. He would be isolated in a foreign land with a leader who's probably a harder core guy than Putin in reality. They say that there's a lot less freedom in Belarus than there is in Russia in terms of speech and things like that. So I don't know, guys. There's a lot to be seen here. Where is it going? Is the game over yet, or is there another chapter going to unfold? I don't know. You tell me what you think in the comments, and I'll check it out in a minute. So I'm just going to flip through these news things here. See, some people are claiming that Putin will try to off him. Is that a member of the Duma who asked for that very thing to happen? And then, like I said in a previous video, I said in one of the other videos on this topic that American Intel knew about this. American Intel already had an inside scoop on this, theoretically. I'm not saying how much they knew, when they knew, how deep they were into it, but you really got to wonder, was he actually on an American? He was a mercenary, which is a soldier of fortune. They work for money. Whoever pays them the money is who they go working for. So did the West kick a bunch of money in on them? Did that prompt all this? I don't know, but they claim to have known what was coming. Yeah, so here are people there greeting them as liberators, supposedly clapping, happy, waving at them. Yeah, and there's pictures of people taking selfies with them. Like I said, last night, people in Moscow were chanting Wagner. So I don't know what it all means, guys. Of course, that don't mean, they claim that Putin's got an 80% approval rate. So is that true, or is that propaganda too? They claim Putin has an 80% approval rate in Russia. If he does, it'd be hard to get anybody against. But yet this guy here, Prigozhin, also has a lot of people that like him because they see him as the champion of the little guy, or they did. Now, some of them are disenchanted with him because he just, similar to them, gave up too early. Yet, as you can see, some people are expecting, well, I talked to this last night. I said, he could pull after going into exile, and once the air clears, come in like Ayatollah Khomeini and come back into Russia and take power again. That's what Ayatollah Khomeini did, in exile in France for some time. Then he returned and took over Iran and ruled it with an iron fist. So how would Prigozhin rule Russia? Some people are kind of happy because he said, well, this war with Ukraine didn't have to happen, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, he offed a lot of Ukrainians. So, and he is still a Russian nationalist, a Russian imperialist. And so I wouldn't say that he's going to be all nice and huggy, sweet and lovable. So, yeah, who knows, guys? And then there's these articles like this as well. The Russian people, a lot of them are just silent. And they're seeing that as a sign of trouble for Putin. The fact that the people there are just being kind of quiet about all this. So that means that they're not necessarily agreeing with the regime or the power center in the Kremlin, whatever you want to call it. Pardon me for calling it a regime. I'll talk about the people in D.C. as a regime too. I think all these governments are. Anyway, there's more claim that his grips on power will be damaged. So what's he going to do to rectify that? Is this what might have eventually lead him into using tactical nukes? Especially if he's lost ground in his war over there. A lot of the key people run off. So future direction. Yeah, here's a guy taking a selfie with him. See, people are just all happy. Look at this guy. He's smiling, taking that selfie. I don't know, guys. What do y'all think about him? Tell you what I think. I think we're in a very uncertain time. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to have me some C60 here. There we go. I'm going to do this avocado flavored one today. I'm going to have a little sip of. This is great for your immune system. It neutralizes free radicals. It's made of the carbon 60 molecule. And carbon 60, it looks like a buckyball, but minister fullerene. It will neutralize up to 8 positively charged ions. So, okay, that's the avocado wool. Check that out, guys. If you come in here, if you can do this, you can use Greg 10 to get a 10% discount off. Now, I don't get an affiliate marketing fee with this outfit, but if some of you guys are buying stuff from them, they'll give me some more down the road. That is my deal with them, I guess. In any event, check it out. Greg 10 would be the discount code. So over 700 Russians are considered off by the Ukrainians on that day, because I guess it took their eyes off the ball or something. I don't know. Of course, that's Ukrainians saying that. That don't mean it's so, right? And some of the things that's being, the other channels are held and making news out of, I'm going to put toward the end of this because I'm not buying into it. There's something a lot of the other channels are beating the drum on that right now I don't think it's the case. So I'm putting that toward the end here. All righty. Ukrainian forces take control of several positions near Krasnohorivka, I don't know. Yeah, my Ukrainian just is not, I don't have Ukrainian. It's not on my tongue, guys. But in any event, my reports I've seen, they made some little headway. Although reportedly they actually crossed the Dnieper River in the south. They've done that, then look out. They might get somewhere. They might just get somewhere. We'll see how that pans out. Anyway, and they're using long-range missiles, and the word is out that they're going to get ATACMS now finally from the United States. So that is a red line for Russia. Now, here's the thing that I have decided not to put up front. And this is this whole thing where it says that Russia is planning to blow up the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant like right now. We just had the head of the Mr. Grozny, the head of the International Atomic Energy Association, go in the plant and inspect it. And he came out and said the plant had been mined in the past, but it's not now. He said he checked around the grounds. He said the stuff's been removed. He says it's not mined. He just got through saying it a couple of days ago, but the Ukrainian intelligence chief and some of these others over there started all, and Zelensky started to say, well, they're about to blow it up. So what is that all about? Russians accuse Ukrainians are planning to do it, and Ukrainians accuse the Russians are planning to do it. So this is like the whole thing with the Kakova Dam, right? Who did it? Who did it if it happens? Yikes. But here's another article claiming the same thing. And there's tons of videos going on right now on various YouTube channels saying, well, this is so, it's what's going to happen. Well, you know what? It's hard to say. Look here. You talk and what do you see? Yeah. If you see it, go to shopc60.com and use that discount code Greg10. Man, this stuff listens to you. And a good time to prep. Go to prepwithgreg.com. You got some good deals in there. Prepwithgreg.com. So check it out. You can get a 4-week supply and you get $80 off. So check that out, guys. All right, we're going to keep going. Twitter. We're going to change topics here. We might not be going too long on that. We're going to change topics here. Coffee bean. Hi, Greg. All right. So, guys, I got to be careful with this. This is a dangerous, thin ice topic. But there's this group that's been parading around as a group to the far right. Let's just say it that way. And they've been parading around in D.C. They all got clean cut haircuts. They all wear khaki pants, just like the FBI does, by the way. And they all wear these little shirts. They all cover their face. And so it's like they're in uniform. They're all men just within a narrow age range. But you know what? I did a video on this like maybe over a year ago, because since we saw this, me and some of my friends looked at that and we kind of shared it with each other and we're laughing. So these guys are FBI. That's what we said. Well, read this a little bit here. Pro-American Patriot rally ongoing. Feds showed up dressed as NAZIS. Patriots force feds out of rally. They run them off. Unmasked feds who panic, so they unmask them. Yeah, they didn't want their faces seen. Oh, they beat the crap out of them. The NAZIS cry, tremble with fear. And cops rush to save the feds. We gotta see this video, guys. Guy's hands up. Like I say, he's got. Now this is how actual patriots look. They all come different. They're not wearing uniforms. Some of them carrying flags. They're definitely. I'm gonna blow this up. Hang on, guys. I don't think this is copyright. I hope not. Look at that. So I'm commenting over as it go. This guy even got his whole face covered. Yeah, they don't want you to know who they are. They're hiding their identity. Patriots don't hide their identity. Patriots are a mask is an anathema to a patriot. So who are these guys? These people filming it. At least one. Oh, there she's filming. Well, she's carrying a drink. But anyway, yeah, it's about to get ugly here. Oh, looks like he's on the side of. I don't know what side he's on. Oh, see, it's getting ugly in a hurry. Wait a minute. What the heck? What's he wearing a mask? I know, guys. Strange stuff, but it ain't over. I see, start pulling her mask off now. Someone hide their face. He didn't hide his face. Someone start hiding their face. It ain't over. That's the police. There's the police come in to try to, or security try to maintain it, but it ain't over. Pull that mask off. There you go. Now look at him hiding his face. Oh no, that's who I am. Oh no, I'm gonna get fired. They go back to the agency. They're gonna know that I got all outed. I don't know, guys. What do y'all think about that? They're all wearing khaki pants. This guy just trying to keep this guy from going there and that's probably a policeman. That's what it is. The police came in there. That's what that other guy was, the mask on. Anyway, I don't know, guys. Strange stuff. But, people parading around acting like they're part of one group just to make a presence and say, oh, well, look, there's these people, they're out there. There's all these groups, they're this, that, and the other. And are they really? I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all tell me. But I smell a rat in a wood pile. It looks kind of fishy to me. Oh, yeah, something about all these burnings going on. Here's a guy who actually got caught setting one of those. He's been a major donor, and he's been blaming it on this. But he was actually caught setting these so he could have something to blame on that. What do you think, guys? Next time we check some chat room out. This thing don't want to that. Well, there. Shoot, I just erased the Wendy. Oh my gosh, these tabs aren't working right. I have to fight them today. Well, I guess we won't look at the weather today. Anyway, that's all right. We need to not be too long tonight. Check some chat room out here. People got what's the last thing being said? 208 watching on 110 thumbs up. Yeah, give me some thumbs up, guys. Only half of you. Cowgirl in Arizona, a bunch of sissies. They were. Don't go out to protest if you're a sissy, unless you're in that other side. All right. Security investigator. FBI needs to be disbanded if they can't work for the people. Yeah, it's like they're instigators. Is that what that is? I don't know, guys. There's just something fishy about all that. I gotta be careful on here what I say and get all kind of trouble. Talks about alcohol. What do you say, Big Worm? All right. Hello, Greg and Moz. How you doing, Colorado? Jan, good to see you. All right, I know we're on here late, guys. Took me a while to get all this together. I had a lot of things going today. Coward says Phil Day. Yeah. Mike Drones. Hey, Greg, Tampa here. We're good to see you from Tampa. Beating them with flags. Isn't that something? Australia in the house. Hey, them Pioneer One. Good to see Australia in the house. Beer, beans, and bullets. There you go. Hey, have you seen the big difference taking? Yeah, well, I've got my legs back. That's what I'm getting out of it. He's in Belarus. Well, Smart Games, have you seen that? Do we have a confirmation? I've been looking. I've been scanning articles, trying to see and different things, trying to see if that was the case or not. So if anybody's got something on that, let me know in here. S. Lee, how you doing? All right, guys, we got 213 in the house, only 137 thumbs up. Help us out, guys, because a lot of my people in here say they don't get any notifications and stuff like that. And so the platform really kind of tries to squelch some of our channels. I think mine gets it more than a lot. So give me some thumbs up, guys. I really could use the boost, especially after I talk stuff like that. The algorithms are going to hate that. So it might mess up the little great performance I've had this month, the last few weeks anyway. So I got to be careful. But, that was just too interesting not to talk about. Now, I may pay the price for it. We'll have to see how it goes out. Anyway, guys, earthquakes. Let's look at the earthquake map here a little bit. Puerto Rico's always rocking, man. What isn't Puerto Rico? I got one almost on the state line up here in Alaska. What's this one here in California? Nevada, pardon me, 3.1. Look over here in Tennessee, it looks like 2.5 in 1 kilometer southwest of Rutledge, Tennessee. We always got something necessary in New Mexico or Texas. Yep, White City, New Mexico. San Andreas here. 2.7. Is this Long Valley? What is this, guys? No, it ain't Nevada. How come this thing's telling me Nevada? Oh, yeah, it is Nevada. It's one we looked at earlier. That one's California. Yeah, I said right there. Canyonland. Yeah, they're right next to each other. Grace Johnson, how you doing? John Long. Only thing I like about Lee is his cussing. That's what you like about him? Okay. Yeah, well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm trying to keep this channel clean. Trying to keep them. Wow, a lot of earthquakes right there, and they had a big one. Check this outer circle out. So I can tap that one. Let me zoom in. I'm going to tap this outer circle. There we go. 6.0 south of Tonga. Wow, guys. A lot of earthquakes there. 5.0. 5.0. One up around the Persian Gulf here. 4.2. Yeah, they got a lot of them down here in South America. Yeah, that whole area there is quaking. I wonder if they got some another Tonga volcano about to go off or something. That's crazy. Space weather. Space weather. All right, we just had one come in between the Earth and the Moon here, 0.6 lunar distances away. Slow velocity, only 5 meters. That might be a rocket body. I always expect these smaller ones when they come in with low velocity. Might be an upper stage of a rocket or something. So I would wager to say that orbit is close to Earth orbit. If it's a 2, I'd be sure of it. 4.5, it might go out a little bit, but let's see. Let us see. Well, if this won't show me anything, here we go. Well, it don't go to Mars orbit. Yes, it was a little bit out of Earth's orbit. But don't go to the asteroid belt. Don't even go to Mars. But it intersects Earth's orbit. Okay. That still could be a rocket body. Looks like one of the faster ones. There's 14.7. 20.6. That's the fastest one here. That one's big. That one's big and fast. Fortune is 20 times the distance between Earth and the Moon. Yeah, we wouldn't want to make an encounter with this. 375 meters. That's over a third of a kilometer. Yeah, this is going to go way out somewhere. That's going to the asteroid belt. It's got a higher inclination. That's where a lot of velocity is coming forward. All right, guys. Oh, yeah. Show y'all some video of myself here. Lee Wilbarger is always showing himself on Martin Marvels. Here I am emceeing moderating a panel on low-cost access to space. Probably 2006. Is it showing the year on here? I think this is 2006. No, it's 2008. Okay. 2008.
Hello, I'm Greg Allison. I'm Executive Vice President of the National Space Society and Chairman of the Policy Committee, and also a space entrepreneur. My credentials are, along with Tim Pickens here, started a company called Hark some years.
Oh yeah, just for YouTube's sake, so they won't ban this video. I'm not representing this as a current video. I just said it's 2008. They did that to me recently. I think when I showed one with Rex and I from a couple of years back.
Years ago. And we went after the CATS prize. We did some SBR work, Small Business Innovative Research Grant work, and quite a few other little things. And Tim's moved on, as we'll announce in a minute. But
anyway, this is like an hour-long panel I moderated. There's some heavy hitters there in that crowd, including from Space Dev, which is now what is the name of it? No, it wasn't Space Dev. It was already Sierra Nevada then, and Aerospace and ESA, European Space, Aryan Space. But some interesting guys. Burt Rutan was sitting in the front row. So there we go. I've kind of dissed him a little bit lately in some of my videos. Galactic Gregs. Here I am. This is the oldest video that I can find of me right now. This was Memorial Day weekend in 1993 at the 1993 International Space Development Conference, which I chaired. So I'm glad I caught you. Okay. Yeah, sorry if I'm going to leave Wilbarger on you guys. Yeah, this is me way back then. I was 33 years old at that point. This was 30 years ago.
Absolutely. The interesting thing, I have to go back to the Second World War II.
See, I'm talking military stuff 30 years ago. Nothing new, right?
We went
Here I'm at a space conference talking military stuff.
Years ago and cut back $8. If you were looking at our country at that time, we were really a backward nation. I mean, the United States had a good culture. We had good values, good principles. But technologically and economically, we weren't anything to really brag about. We were still, a world power.
Hey, we got Lee Wilbar in the house. Good to see you.
But if you look at what we had in those days, there was dirt roads everywhere.
3,500 on meds. Man, are you doing okay, Lee? Lee's had a bit of a sickness.
Out of the country, nobody had city water. I mean, heck, people were still most of the drawing waters out of the well. There weren't even power available.
Hey, Lee, something I want some of your guys to go after. I was giving you guys some credit, and these guys were tearing it up on a Facebook group.
A lot of areas. A lot of telephones were. The country was primitive. Yet, we found it within ourselves to fight wars on two sides of the world all at once.
See, I said our country was primitive, all dirt roads, and a lot of people didn't even have electric power.
And we merged as the world power. And we went from there to fight a Cold War. This shows a lot of resolve and a lot of capability. Today we seem to think we just can't do anything. Here we have a lot of technology, a lot of new things, and so where's this idea come from that we just can't do anything?
Yeah, we're in a little period of self-loathing there, and I was trying to attack that and get people to wake up to what was possible. Yeah, I'll show you in a minute, Lee.
It's really basics because we can do a lot, and we need to know that. We need to understand it. We need to admit it to ourselves and pass that word. We need to communicate it. What we need to pick up is the challenge of space. We need to pick this up as our next challenge.
But I go in here, I talk about the 1,000-mile war, the Aleutians, and some other stuff like that. But anyway, that's me 30 years ago. Lee, did you see my C-SPAN video?
That's
Yeah, there I am moderating the panel on C-SPAN back in 2008. All righty, let me find this. I gotta go to Facebook to pull this up. Lord knows what I'm gonna see here. Let's see here. Where is it under this stuff? I find it still. Oh, that's some new comments in that group. I hadn't seen those. I've been pretty much attacked in one of these prepping groups on the claims of the on the B-52s flying around. All right, these are the guys that were attacking me. Practical prepping and survival group. Now, I don't think this is everybody in the group, so don't attack the group, guys, but you might just come in here and tell them who KLW World News is and Lee Wilbarger, because they got in here pinging me on sources, and I was bringing that up, and they go, well, who's these guys? Yeah, see, they were calling me, they were saying it was BS, blah, 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 blah. Here this one says total BS, and I got 8 replies in here. So I come in here and said, I have multiple eyewitness accounts to the B-52s being escorted by F-35s. Yeah, I had several people, several of you told me this, and there were a number and there were a number in the air that turned off their transponders, which I got from Lee. I also have eyewitness accounts of the crazy activity in Minot Air Force Base the night before, and those are facts, I said. Oh, no, they just don't quit. They go on and on and on. One more reply. I want to see what that is. All right, so she just said, this is just training. It's nothing, nothing unusual. That reports what was going on Minot Air Force Base. The people that saw it told me that was very unusual. And I got it from a physicist, that report. Let's see. The reports of unusual activity at Minot Air Force case came from one of our top physicists in the MP Task Force, National Homeland Security. One of my eyewitnesses is a guy who does contract freelance weather forecasting and reporting. And let's see, she's accused them of being meth heads. And look here, it says, I understand training. I was in the military myself and used to live next to Pope Air Force Base. Of this activity was backed up by KLW World News, which has a group of members who monitor radar, EAMs, and cameras around the world. And she comes back here. Let's see what. Yeah, she goes, well, I still say they're on a training exercise. And what makes KLW World News any more reliable than any other source? And I said, I never said it was not a training exercise. I pointed out that this could possibly be a situation where there were nukes loaded, given that there had been unusual activity at Minot Air Force Base the night before. And even that does not mean that they will be used as has happened before. The point here is that we are living in a time of elevated risk. KLW World News is headed by a key military technologist, Lee Wilbarger, who has a network of people monitoring things around the world. You will see things happen there hours before you see it elsewhere, long before it makes the news, if it ever does. So do you trust mainstream news above all else, is what I asked her. Well, she didn't respond to that anymore, but I've had several people here basically suggesting I should be taken off the network. Let's see, there were some other comments like Cassandra. Their videos aren't happening, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, what was it? Oh, yeah, this guy says, nothing you ever say has ever happened. Yeah, it has. There's a lot of things I've said happen, a lot of things I report on when that's happening. But I also make it, I talk about what may happen, what you should be prepared for just in case. And it's a good thing if it don't happen. I said, we should be happy nothing happened. I did not say something was going to happen. This alert was that something could happen due to the fact that B-52s were in the air in the backdrop of everything else that's going on. Are you suggesting that preppers should not be told to be alert? The bottom line of my videos is that we live in testy times. There's a lot going on. Preppers need to prep and take prepping more seriously. That's the message. Yes, well, I'm a prepper and I always am ready. I don't feel your videos provide one bit of assisting a sane person with potential threats. He just went on and on and on and on. So let's see. If you're prepping, you're ahead of the game. But I said, I just pointed, there's a lot of people that need more help with this. And I pointed out some other videos. He didn't reply anymore. All right, so if you guys come in out, don't disrespect because the mods of the network will probably kick me out. I don't think this is the mods. This is just a couple of knuckleheads in here. It's got 49,000 members in this group. I don't want to be kicked out because it's got a couple of nitwits in here challenging me. But what if somebody come in here and just say, hey, KLW World News is the bomb. They got the stuff. They know what's going on. Be positive. Oh, you ban them? Oh, these people? Did you see these particular individuals? Maybe that's why they're being rude in here. Because I pumped KLW World News in here. I pumped it real, I gave KLW World News a huge credit in this. And they were just anyway. Enough said. I don't want anybody to get in here. Don't be disrespectful or call people names. Just but they were in the air. I've had several of you come and tell me, hey, I just seen them fly over. So and I didn't give no names. She asked about that, and I said, look, I'm a reporter. I don't have to give names. Sources are confidential, although I did ask one of you to come in and chime in and say something that you elected not to. It's your freedom. But anyway, guys, this is a big group. It's, you can get, it's good to have big groups to post stuff on sometimes. Bunch of trolls. That may be it. That may be all there is to it. Arnold Smith, well, I started a new job on the first day of Break Line Blue. $460. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Ouch. 10 days later, I had a repair bill of $850. Oh my God. Yeah, they'll take you to cleaners on that stuff these days. I don't recall anyone saying anything particular was going down, only conversation. Yeah, exactly. I didn't say nothing was going to happen. I said what could happen. I just said, hey, this may be an error. It's time to be alert. What's going on? That's what I do. But I do shoot down a lot of BS that's out there. But what distinguishes me from the other prepping channels is I come back with solutions. I talk about things we can do. Let me get out of this. This is not what we want to look at anyway. I talk about, getting the power grid hardened. I'll talk about the grid going down, the rest of it, but I also talk about hardening the power grid. I also come on here. I've got the Freedom Restoration Foundation. I hope I got enough memory to open that up. I had to close a bunch of tabs. I just had too many things open. But, that's not what I do. I don't speak in certitudes. The only thing I've actually predicted is, he said, nothing you predict ever comes right. Well, excuse me. The only thing I've ever actually predicted was food prices going up. And they sure did, didn't they? And I also said, I also did come on a couple days and counter other channels because they were making huge claims. I said, that's not going to happen. Yeah. Freedom Restoration Foundation. See, I bring solutions. How we can take action, things that we can do. This is something a lot of other prepping channels don't do. And we also got the coming up like that. It's like I don't know what I'm typing. I don't know, I'm mistyping. I don't know what's going on. Governor Survival Tribe website. survivaltribenetwork.com. I don't know. I have to go check the link on my video channel or something. But anyway, we bring solutions in here. We try to fix things. We're trying to avoid these bad things from happening. Oh, Anton, come on, guy. All righty. Let me see what's going on here, guys. 34 and back again. Okay, we got 180 thumbs up. That's getting better. The ratio's getting better. Y'all, if you give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Thank you, New Days, for sharing the sites. Well, why come I can't find the Freedom Restoration Foundation? I'm at the Survival Tribe Network. Maybe you can find that. New Days posted in here. Anyway, let me see if I can. Why come these things don't want to scroll? Something's going on here. Rock lobster. What at least said it. There is, Greg. You can't fix stupid. Yeah, I've got kicked out of a lot of channels because of people like that coming and making wise crack ideas. I mean, channels that were big. Because maybe a mod goes in, they don't really know all the other stuff, and go, oh, well, is this the case? We'll go take a look. Just aggravating. Yeah, you're right. Can't fix stupid. There's truth in that. Oh, Alma, thank you. Are you? I guess that means you're coming back then. All right, KLW. Thank you there, Lee. 3,500 on meds. Now, what do you mean? That's the med you take in, or what were you talking about there, Lee? 3,500. What is that metric wise? Is you in the house? Let's see him. Chewy's have been having a lot of health issues, guys. He's had like 3 strokes just in the past few weeks. What difference 30 years makes? Yeah, don't I look so much better now? Just a kid back in the days, just a kid. YouTube shuts off notifications, constant battle. Exactly. That's why but the algorithms do respond to certain things and it helps. So, and it helps when people give thumbs up. That's what I've been trying to, that's why we ask for thumbs up. Golly, Pete. Practice peppers. Oh, you lost the internet. Oh, that's why you hadn't. I've been looking to see where your videos were. And I wasn't seeing anything. I was wondering what's going on. Anton, are you drinking tonight? What's going on, boy? What is going on? $35,000. Oh, whoa. Lee, are you kidding me? Jeez. Maybe we need to go to a horse doctor. $35,000. Ouch. I have this. Okay. All right, better check that video out. Oh, you might be onto something. Hey, we got Alaska in the house. Meg Rising. Good. Is that like magma or Make America Great? The meds cost me, oh my gosh, for 30 days, 3,500. Ouch. That's crazy. That's 3,500, he said. I thought you said 35,000. 3,500 is insane. Okay, 3,500 is crazy. 35,000 is insane, but 3,500 is crazy. I ain't never paid that much. Yeah, still insane. You're right there, George. Still insane. So, Lee, I'm going to be doing this video on the use of drones to take down balloons. That'd be something we can talk about together. Maybe we'll get you on a video. Startled Mouse, I depend on Greg. I give all you people come in here and thank me for advice vis-a-vis prepping. I hear it all the time. There are a couple people like, oh, it's like no value, you know, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's not really. So yeah, it's just pinheads. What can you say, guys? I gotta be careful I say that. It has certain connotations, don't it? Actually, that was referred to original people that were born with tiny little heads, they had little bitty brains. But I guess that may be, I don't mean to be derogatory, something, you know, people can't help it, they're born that way. Let's see here. Burger dog resulting in earthquakes and volcanic activity. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about Campi Lefraghi, or however you pronounce that. I got to get the pronunciation down for that. It's over in Italy at Naples. They've got huge cities all around it. So it's a super volcano. Its last eruption wasn't to super volcano level, but it has gone off at that level before, and it's got so much magma that they're worried it's about to go off like a super volcano. And they're talking global cooling. We're talking crop failures, guys. I was planning to do a specific video on this topic. So you're going to need to get ready. I've been telling you guys, there's a lot of challenges to our infrastructure, our food chain, especially right now. And the stuff you're getting out of the stores, man, they're putting all kind of junk in it. You don't even want it, really. You don't need it. It's terrible for you. Grow your own food, guys. I've been telling you guys, grow your own food. Alabama Constitutional Crusaders, excuse me. Hey, that's a great title. Alabama Constitutional Crusader. All earthquakes start around New Zealand. I don't know if they all start there, but they sure are popping. Well, they got some big ones. Lee had some bots on his channel. Oh, couldn't stop laughing at what they were saying. Oh, I imagine the mods over there fried those bots. Yeah, I don't want no bots. Y'all eliminate bots, guys. There's some nasty bots there. I've not had a bot attack in a long time, probably because you mods do a good job with that. Been a long time. I used to get it a lot. You guys were pretty good at knocking those things out, but that'll keep you busy. Go through the comments. Okay, first comment I got, more of them dressed in black types or perhaps back on the rise, says Craig. Bill Cowards. Okay, so I'm scrolling back and forth. Oops. Tommy, my opinion has changed. I joined Lee's channel. Okay, Tommy. Microtrons, what's up with Ray Epps? I don't know. Who's Ray Epps? Who is Ray Epps? Somebody tell me. All right, guys, I've done a lot of videos in the last few days, last few weeks. Now, if you got a question, this will be a good chance to question me about the videos that I've done. If you've got a question, it'll be a good chance to squeeze one in. It's quite entertaining when he goes on a rant. Are you talking about New Days? Me or Lee? I can go on a rant sometimes. You gotta be careful on this network. Big Worm, I have a hard time believing in support of Ukraine when Joe and Hunter think it's the right thing to do. That's why a lot of people question that. Lee would probably have something to say about that. Gregory Stevens, I think they can stop talking about those idiots on the sub. Maybe they can put some sort of effort into finding the missing children. That needs some effort. Now, I can talk about it from an engineering standpoint because it was stupid, but it's going to affect other things going forward. You know, this space tourism, things like that. You know, we got the spaceship 2 being flown by Virgin Galactic. I think it's got a lot of issues, and I had a lot to do with that myself because right here is the granddaddy of the motor that's on Spaceship 2, Virgin Galactic flies. This is the granddaddy, the direct granddaddy of that motor. This was my Hark hybrid cat's prize motor that was, we put these on rockets that went up on balloons, a high altitude hybrid motor, just like that, when it had a common bulkhead between the oxidizer tank and the fuel tank, which was patented by Burt Rutan. I saw Burt Rutan in conference claim, oh, this is my greatest invention. And no, he didn't invent it. We were doing it years before he ever had it. And he got it from my guys that went to work for him. So that was crazy. You know, Tim Pickens was really shocked that he patented that. But he needed something to patent so he could lure Paul Allen in because you have intellectual property rights or something like that. Yeah, he patented something that was really out in the public. Colorado Jen, I hope your medicine didn't cost $3,500. $2 grand in meds yeah, that's rough. You might want to talk to New Days about stuff there, Lee. I don't know. New Days, what would you do for a fungus in the lungs? What would be a good way to take care of that? We gotta be careful what we say on here, though. We're not going to give medical advice on this channel because that's dangerous on any platform. All right, let's see what else is on the chat here. I ain't scrolling. Go ban Zeke. You'll hit the like. You guys have a good. Well, all right. Thanks, Lee. Appreciate you coming in the house tonight. Streak. Hey, we got a super chat. Wow, that's a great one. Best one I've had in a while. Kathleen, Mary, there. I don't have. I'm not sure I can say it right. There I go. Sorry, I probably murdered the last name, but wow. Salute. Very good. Thank you. Yeah. We had an internet problem. All right, so he's restarting. He's about to start a video up. All right, we're probably about done here. So if Lee's about to start a video, y'all will go over there. Start drinking ACV. Use a nebulizer. What is ACV? Few days. What does ACV stand for? Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you. Laryngeal leaf for intestinal. He got a lung issue. Yeah. All right, Kathleen. Honey Island Outfitters. Island what? Keep it hush. Fresh pork chops are always a good thing. Worm question. Okay, Kevin, girl, what's the worm question? Apple cider vinegar. Does that help against fungus in the lungs? Oh, the nebulizer. Oh, I didn't know you put that in a nebulizer. Really? Let me go back over. You just say drink it. Maybe I misunderstood. Oh, start drinking ACV and use a nebulizer with a few essential oils. What oils would you say to use? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what goes in those bottles that girls squeeze, right? I don't want to say it. Indian smoked mullein. Yeah, that's true. I don't have any mullein here. You need to give me some mullein seeds. But I tell you what, I did a video on wild toilet paper. So check out my wild herbal toilet paper video. Oak leaf hydrangea. One leaf will take care of everything. That stuff works charms. Winter Street's mullein, nature's TP. Yeah, but such a good medicinal. Do you want to waste it on that? Throw a lot of it, I guess. All righty. I hope Lee saw New Day's advice on there. All right, Kathleen, you got a special question or anything you'd like to ask? Broccoli and cabbage sounds good. You know, I can't eat raw broccoli. It gets caught in my throat, chokes me. Little pieces. I gotta like cook it, do something to it. Or I can eat broccoli microgreens though, and that's a lot more nutrition intense than it's like up to 40 times more, especially with the minerals and some of the vitamins. Zen jamming mullein is excellent for lungs. Yeah. Yeah, I was told that when I was a little kid. They said you got lung problem, you got a cold, smoke mulleins, what they told me when I was a kid. Oh, it's everywhere here. That's good to know. Lamb's ear. All right, I did a video on that, I think. No questions, just listen. Well, thank you, Kathleen. I really appreciate that. My go-to antibiotic is reindeer moss. Oh yeah, I used to see that when I was up in Alaska. I don't have that down here. What's your opinion on silver? Silver is all for over 20 years. Probably, yeah, I've been here. Silver is like way underpriced. It's about to shoot up. Oh, I got some when it was at one of those price points when everybody said, look, this thing it's supposed to have like a ratio to gold, like 16:1. It's way underneath that. So it's about to shoot up. And I bought something and the price plummeted. And it ain't never gone back to where I bought it. And that was 20 years ago. So really, geez, every time I bought in Bitcoin, same story. And I didn't know, and I didn't buy at the high point neither. But it's like, you know, it's coming back up a little bit. I got rid of that. I'm not messing with Bitcoin anymore. But in general, precious metals are probably a good deal and store of value. Silver is a little easier to deal with than gold because gold is just so valuable. So it's probably a good time to get some silver. Because you may not have any money, especially when it comes to CBDCs. You need silver coins, might make a great barter. My ancestors were reindeer herders way back. Wow, that's cool to hear. Reindeer herders. So like up from Lapland or where, Rochelle? You guys got old man's beard down south, even more potent than reindeer moss. Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, old man's beard. That's a good one. Let's see. I want to make friends with aliens. I was hoping to get a medicinal plan from them. Watching aliens, I think most of them are demons. All right, there's a good question from Joan. Yeah, I tell you what, I could use some mullein seeds there, Daviz. Sell me some mullein seeds. Lapland, there you go. Lapland, that's awesome. We got a descendant of Laplanders here. Nice. Animated adventures. Coffee keeps the old immune system. Coffee has a lot of health benefits, actually, for longevity and stopping certain things. I got some right here. Got my family cup here tonight. Brand young ones. There you go. You can buy gold backs. I got affiliate marketing. Deal with that right there. Thank you, New Days. Yeah, that was great stuff. My wife's surgery was $65,000. Wow. Ouch. Ouch, Tommy. That hurts. That hurts. Rough. Hope you had some help with that. Some Trump stuff. Hey, I got a couple of old Wallace campaign coins when he was running for governor in Alabama a long time ago. They're like from the early 60s or something. You remember George Wallace? Lead wrapped in brass. Hey, yeah, that's good to have. George Wallace. So I was probably 3 years old when I first saw him. He was campaigning for governor. I don't think he had been elected yet. And they just don't, maybe he had just been elected. Because there was a Arrow shirt factory that opened in Boaz or Albertville. It was right between the two. And my mother actually went to work for it, but he was there to plant opening. And I went there. I remember he reached down like to shake my hand. And you know what? I was just a little kid and I always liked to pet the kids, you know. And I looked up at him. I remember this day. I think, man, this is one strange looking guy. I thought he was odd looking. I thought, hey, this guy's weird looking. Coconut oil for everything, all things. There you go. Hey, I got coconut oil here in some of the C60. This one right here's got coconut oil in it. And the carbon 60 molecule. John Long, anyone can tell me how to use essential oils and a nebulizer. There you go. I'll do a video on that with a few days. I still got to do some videos of her. Wynn Street, no doctor. There we go. We got 215 in the house. That's cool. All right, we finally got 224 thumbs up. Island Girl, well, thank you. Greg, you are ZZ Top of Earthworm Castings and Gandalf of EMPs. Thanks for keeping us posted. There you go. You know, I warned you the dangers of an EMP. I warned you that you got to be protected because it's going to take us a while to get this darn grid fixed. But I've been working like crazy to try to get the grid fixed. Now, you get a ton of other YouTube channels on here with preppers telling you, oh, be worried about an EMP. Well, do they do anything about it other than tell you to buy beans and rice? I'll tell you to buy beans and rice. But, you know, I'll tell you to get your nug and get some kibbles to feed the nug, and happiness is a warm nug. If you're new to my channel, take the word nug and flip it around, okay? And you'll get what we're talking about. My maternal grandmother was a first-generation American, but I'm a DR from my father's side. Well, that's cool, Rochelle. That is cool. John Long, science infection for 8 months. Ouch. Yeah, all righty. Well, that's getting pretty good here. I appreciate that, Island Girl. What's that? Island Girl is Islam. Wow. Islam Murata. Am I even close? I'm not turning it up too bad. That's cool. That is awesome. ZZ Top. I got put on a suit. Hey, I did 2 videos now on this channel. I might do another one in this suit because I'm gonna do one more EMP balloon video. And hey, if y'all just join, go check my community page. I did a 2-hour radio interview today with We the People Radio. It's based out of California. It's a conservative radio channel based out of California, Northern California, of course. But they're fun. They're fun guys to do a radio interview with. They throw in all this cool little bumper music. And if you hadn't seen my video with Canadian Prepper, go check his channel. Look for the video I did with him. This guy's, you know, he's got really good editors. He calls them his commie camera crew. But they do a great job in editing those videos. I mean, that looks good. They do a bang up job. You go, I got it. Florida Keys. Nice. Sing jamming. I bet Greg's got a great singing voice. I would have to sing more like Hank Williams Jr. Something that's, you know, low. Heaven ain't a lot like Dixie. I don't want to go. Ain't like Grand Ole Opry. Just as soon stay home. Stuff like that. Just listen to it. I'm just like my daddy's son. I'm no, who I am. No, I'm one of the chosen few to be born in Alabama. I'm just like my daddy's son. I know just who I am. Yeah, it'd have to be my style of singing, that kind of voice, you know. Yeah. doing that high pitched singing like a lot of bluegrass singers do. That would be kind of hard for me. Ah! Yeah, that's kind of hard for me to hit. Florida girl there. Yeah. Florida girl on the house. We're in Florida, are you? Oh, you're in Keys. You're in Keys. Okay. I may have a job up in Lake City, Florida, but that's a long way from the Keys. It's up near Georgia. It's at the intersection of I-10 and I-7, I-10 and I-75, actually. You're the best singer. Just got my granddaddy. Oh, just like your granddaddy. Okay. Well, I think I actually have sung a song or two in here. I think I have. Southwest Radio and Ham. There you go. Very good. Hey, I used to do some videos. I used to do some live sessions. I call them Green Gregs and Ham. Y'all remember that? Green Gregs and Ham. All right. Hey, Granny, how you doing? See you in the house. Sherry Solberg, med beds. What's your take on the med beds? Ask one of the others in the chat room, like maybe New Days. I don't know. I don't have a take on it. Charlie Hicks, Herval, We the People crew, keeping Chuck Carter's legacy alive. I don't know. I don't know who he is. So is that part of the radio channel? They've interviewed me twice. I had a lot of fun. Thank you, Granny. Giovanni Roberto Lee Wilbarger was in the, what is the drug you were? I think he's gone. He said good night a little bit ago, so I don't think he's still in the house. Shortwave. Oh, very good. Very good. You know, ham radio, guys, that's something to have, because that's the ham people going to be communicating. Nobody else is. They put their stuff in Faraday cages. They always keep something ready to go. So when nobody else can communicate, ham guys will be there. Make sure you got backup power generation. Solar preferably for that. Yeah, alrighty, guys. Let's do this. We haven't done this in a while. We got some of you guys who need some help. New Days has got to get a surgery. Granny Lana, we've always been praying for her, and her granddaughter Kaylee, who is not going with the traditional meds. I've talked to, I got a bunch of rabbits this weekend. Yeah. I got like 16 rabbits. Let's see. No. Yeah, 16. It was a rescue mission. They had been abandoned. Beautiful Rex rabbits. They would have starved to death if I didn't go. So I actually I went and picked them up, and so I got a whole bunch of rabbits now, guys. But why did I bring that up? I was going to go somewhere with that, and then lost my train of thought. What's about the rabbits? I was leading for something else. I don't know, lost my train of thought. Thinking about the rescue mission aspect of it, but I've been busy this week. That took out that was a long way from me. I had to go get those things. Yeah, I don't even remember why I went into that. Oh, now I remember. Yes. The one who tipped me off to that, he got a couple of the rabbits in that place, but she couldn't take any more because she's got a raccoon that kills rabbits, so she's got to be real careful. But Susan Vaughn of the Blue Bottle Bunny Farm, who's Randy Bly's wife, made this for me. And she was there. She's a sweetheart. She used to be on YouTube. She does all kind of singing and stuff. And Randy Bly, I don't know if you remember the farmers market videos we did together. He blew that chauffeur. He is having some real health issues. He's going downhill. So you might pray for him and just pray for her so that she can cope with what she's got to deal with. It's hitting her hard. You know, she loves Randy, and it's just tearing her up. So they need some prayers. New Days need some prayers. Anybody else got rabbits can keep you busy. Anybody else got a prayer request? Hey, the good thing about rabbits is you can feed their stuff to worms. Worms love it. Sam Turner, how you doing, buddy? I think Wagner Group could be the lead source for surprise Russia and Belarus attack on Ukraine to cut off their supplies attack on the Baltics. Could be. Could be. They are mercenaries. They go wherever the pay is. Could be. We don't know what's going to come out of that group yet. There's some of them want to push against Putin, but they're mercenaries. They do whatever they're paid to do. No sacrificing rabbits to Brunswick stew. How about just cooking them? Now I'm going to use these for breeders. I'll have more. Matt D off. Frequency and wavelength. My main reason how rabbits is to generate rabbit poop because it's so good for worms. Prayer for our nation. That's a good one. Thank you very much. Any suggestions for a block page? A blockage on my aorta and my stomach. I refuse surgery. Oh. Vitamin K2 especially. Vitamin K2. Well, vitamin D3 will actually demineralize your bones a little bit, and it would leave it in your blood veins. However, K2 cleans that up and puts it back to the bones where they need it the most, where they're getting stressed. They both work really well together. Prayers for Randy, New Days, Kaylee, Susan, yeah. But this is New Days had a lot of success with that after she heard me mention this stuff when I was on the video with Dr. Paul Cottrell on my, and we did that on my Rumble Silverhead News channel, on my Rumble channel. So, let me put this back over here. I use that rocket motor for a laptop table. Everybody use a rocket motor for a laptop table. Yeah. Here, let's go over here and look at this. Yeah, we're about to hit the prayer session. Oh, what's going on there? Site can't be reached. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get us. This is my Rumble Swivelhead News channel. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to it. I haven't put anything there recently, but I need to do a bunch of uploads. I got a lot of topics to cover. I've just been real busy. But I will start fried baked barbecue. I love rabbit. There you go. That's a good idea. And I got a YouTube Swivelhead News channel. Coolest thing about this one, oh yeah, you want to see me singing? Well, I'm not exactly singing, but I'm rapping on here. So got some limericks. So that's what I'm doing. All those videos right there. Every one of these shorts, I'm either rapping or a limerick or something. I even done that on my on the channel we're on too. ISDC. Let me pull up my channel. Come down here. Guys, if you haven't watched this filter and sanitize water video, that's like one of the most critical things for prepping. You need to watch it. Well, wild edible videos, you'll need to watch those. Grow microgreens, the farm in. Oh, where's it at? Oh, the shorts at the bottom. There we go. Microgreens wrap. Unfortunately, I had the phone turned sideways. That was kind of fun. And bye-bye storms of guidance. Had fun with that one too. So check those out. Check those videos out, guys. Oh, yeah, I just lost my page. Come on. There we go. Now the chat's back. All right, let's do the prayers, and then we're going to do. We're going to ask everybody where we're from. We're going to call it a night here. Steve Irwin, drink lots of Irish milk liquor. All right. All right, let's do the little prayer session. Let's stop the share. Once again, we're not this is not a religious channel. I'm not here to promote any faith in particular. I do have faith, or I wouldn't pray. Some of you are maybe atheists or something different, but so a moment of silence is golden. So I'm not telling people how to pray, I believe in the power of prayer. However you pray. So let's do that. Let's pray for anyone taking care of a loved one with dementia. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. It's in Jamin. That's a good one. So let's do that. We'll pray for these people. Just have a moment of silence. World peace too. All the crazy stuff going on. Amen. All right, guys, tell us where you're from. We got a few people in the house tonight. Yeah, we should have prayed for Miss Maple. Sorry about that. New days. I was thinking that when I was praying. I actually did say a prayer for her. Just thought about it. Should have enunciated that. Comes from Central West Africa. What is that? You talking about Ebola? You said Eboga. Oh, a treatment for dementia. Okay, I got you. Thank you for that, New Days. Alabama. Hey, Carol, how you doing? What part of Alabama are you in? I'm in Alabama. I'm right here at the top of the state near Tennessee. I drove up state line to Tennessee today. Colorado, Osage County, Oklahoma. All right, John, that's good. Rochelle's in Oregon. Scranton, Pennsylvania. The whole Biden lurched out of. Steve Irwin. That's almost the name of the guy who was doing all the crocodiles and stuff, wasn't it? Pilgrim, Arizona, too hot to raise rabbits. Not up in Snowflake, it ain't. It's hot down in Phoenix and Tucson. Snowflake's not even as hot as here. Copperopolis, California. Oh, Indiana. Colorado. He's in. Island Girl is La Mirada. Florida Keys. Okay. Central Alabama. Okay. Very good, Carol. George, what was it you couldn't resist? Oh, yeah, the Biden lurched out of. All right. Honey Allen Outfitters. My handle says it all. Okay, got it. Oh. Florida Mike Drones. Hillsboro. Oh, hey, there's Chewy. How you doing, Chewy? Good to see you. Everybody pray for Chewy, please. I have to say Chewy too. I'm not thinking tonight. It's late. You can go to bed. Say a prayer for Chewy, please. He's had 3 strokes. He's having a tough time. George Coggins, I drive all across the state of Pennsylvania. Surprise Scranton hasn't made a. Oh my gosh. Loudy payment. PMT. Oh my Lord. Stray kitten. That's good. She's with you, Granny. Yeah. Missing Cha-Cha. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we are. Elton Matter. Jason Elton Matterman. Yeah, we got several missing. Probably didn't get notification. So you guys all need to hit the thumbs up on your way out. That helps, that kind of stuff. Yeah, say some prayers for Chewy, please, please. And for Miss Mapley. Is a lady that New Day's been taking care of. All righty, guys. Bear with that. I'm gonna put this back over here. I'm on laptop table, which is a rocket motor. So I have to fire that one for, I think we did a 3-second burn on it, just to characterize the burn and duration rate of the fuel and kind of stuff. Had a great day planting and feeding them to the crocodile. Expect the power of one stingray. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all that stuff, everything you play with, a stingray got him. He wasn't expecting that. All righty, guys. So is your name actually Steve Irwin? He died from breeding rabbits, breeding them to this crocodile. Yeah, don't forget Chewy. Amen. Don't forget Chewy. All right, guys. Appreciate all you that come in here tonight. How long have we gone? 85 minutes. Appreciate y'all for being here. We're family. Don't forget it. Greg, how's your garden been this year? I'm growing garlic, and see, I'm thinking about pulling up steaks. So I don't know if I'm gonna plant anything else. I got some few tomato plants, but I may pull up steaks. I may sell everything. I'm gonna make up my mind here, possibly in a couple of weeks, possibly. I may just suddenly. You might see me in about 2 weeks from now getting a big rush, and I don't know how I'm gonna make videos. I might be spending all my time going back and forth for about 4 weeks moving stuff. I would kill this channel algorithmically if I can find a way to make some videos. And they got to be good videos. It's really hard to keep up with everything to do that. All right, so I'm gonna be challenging. The algorithm is really spanky if you cut back on videos too much. I'm just getting some momentum built up here. Need to keep it going. I'm still a he. Okay, Steve. Good to hear you, Steve. Crocky. Well, Cracky, good to see you. Yeah, it's too late right now. I started usually in November, but it's about ready to harvest. Greg, have you ever read Teeming with Microbes? No, but I'm definitely all into microbes because that's part of my worm tea and a lot of other stuff. And also my aquaponics are very reliant on microbes. So I am into microbes. I grow my garlic over the winter here. Yeah, mine grows over the winter, but it's about ready to harvest. I usually harvest it in June. Plant in November and harvest in June. And it grows around here in the wintertime. It grows like crazy. Start a Freedom Ranch, Greg. Be chef. Chief, okay. Sounds good. All right, guys. Trees down earlier in North Georgia. Was that from a storm? Are you in North Georgia, 12 Bravo? Please give Greg coffee money. Well, thank you, Steve. Definitely use some coffee money. I'm drinking the coffee too. I got to figure it out these days. This platform does weird stuff, Brandon. All righty, folks. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. And oh yeah, as light dispels dark, love dispels hate. Go out and shine your love light in the world. Let's make a difference, guys. Make a difference. Let's try to beat some of the hatred down in this world. It's our biggest problem. And prep and pray. So that you'll always have another day. Make sure you get some means to take care of your family. Oh yeah, if y'all would go back to 2 weeks ago where I was on that We the People video, I talked about hammers. I got a hammer, big one. I carry it in my vehicle, and it's got a built-in silencer. It's full auto. Got an infinite magazine. Hammer, just a hammer. Just a hammer. It's nothing but a hammer. So you got to be able to take care of your family, guys, yourself and your family. But don't go out trying to spread hate. It's only self-defense. Only self-defense if needed. Love, light. Amen. All righty, John. Appreciate you. Hey, thank you, super chatters. Thank you all. Give me a super chat. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And with that, I'm going to say,